Is that straight?
I think that's straight because this ledge is like that, and then that one is like that.
What's going on, everyone? So today I'm joined with Sergi G, and we're gonna discuss some serious shit right now. So Sergi, regardless if you've been following his journey along on YouTube or not, he's been going through some serious changes lately. Some serious life-changing changes. I'd say about 3 months ago,
something like that.
We made a video. I think it's titled discussing veganism with friends. Pretty much Sergi was a hardcore meat eater just like I was before, and we just went through, you know, what his point of view was back then, and then we're gonna see how that has changed right now.
Even for me, it's mind-blowing at how much my own perception has changed in just a matter of like months. And here we are today making a video about how wrong I was only a few months ago. So
so the first thing that you said was like you're gonna, you know, you felt bad about the animals and stuff, but you felt like you could maybe go 80 to 90% vegan.
So I think that, you know, I could become a vegan, but for now it would just be like, you know, 90% vegan, the rest is just like a cheat day, and I do feel terrible for the animals and my health and everything, but it's just for personal pleasure. And at the time it sounded very, very logical, like from a meat eater's perspective, it sounded like, you know, I kind of related it to like the same way that maybe somebody would go out partying on the weekends or like drinking alcohol. Like, you know, I don't normally drink, but I do drink if I go out on a Saturday night.
So why has that changed now?
Because I forced myself to watch these savage ass videos of freaking animals being slaughtered, and now it's like you're scarred, and once you see the footage, you can't unsee it. I'm not even in the mood. Like it doesn't feel like a sacrifice to not eat meat. Like I actually don't want to eat it because it's like disgusting to me. I used to at that time I would see like, you know, like just a piece of chicken, and now I see like corpses. Like I look at my plate, or
you saw it as food before.
Exactly, I saw it as food before. Now I can't fucking get it out of my head. Like now I always see a dead freaking corpse on a plate.
I know a lot of you guys are meat eaters and you're watching and you're like, yeah, whatever, you're vegan, of course you're gonna say that, but seriously guys, we were eating, like, you know how much meat I ate before in the barbecues and stuff like that.
If we decided to go like vegan, like anyone in the world, because like it was not that long ago, like 3 months ago, I had spent my entire life eating meat, and I laughed at Jon when he went vegan. I was like the kind of person that would be like listening to Jon talk about veganism and eating like beef jerky, like that kind of, you know, person.
That's the fun thing about, you know, watching the transition, the shift of perspective. You know, you can be taught anything, that anything is right or wrong. It doesn't matter. If you're taught something, you will believe it until you see it with a different pair of eyes and from a different angle and perspective.
It seems so much harder than it is now, because like back then it seemed like, oh, I have to give up this food, I have to give up that food.
That's the one
what
thing.
Am I gonna, exactly.
That was another thing that Sergi pointed out. It was like, you know, you would like to do it because you think that it might be right, but it's really hard, it's time consuming, I work. You know, what's holding me back at the moment from actually giving the first, you know, big step is my routine right now, my daily routine. I'm busy. It's also the inconvenience that it has to, you know, find somewhere that's pure vegan. Barcelona has a lot of vegan.
Barcelona has a lot of vegan places, but they're not near where I work. But like now, I'm just as busy, if not more, because now I have my own channel to take care of on top of all that. And I'm still like eating vegan. Like there's this perception that it's extremely, you know, like the diet is really restricted, that it's hard to make this.
You gotta get quinoa, you gotta get lentils, you gotta get exotic superfoods.
Like, the majority of food available is like vegan. The biggest thing that I realized from like now compared with before is how wrong I was about veganism, like everything. I thought that, you know, the diet was extremely restricted. I thought that veganism was going to be extremely expensive, but I'm actually spending less as a vegan than I was as a meat eater. I had this idea that I had to go to a vegan restaurant to get vegan food, but that's not the case either. If you go to like any restaurant, a lot of them have vegan dishes. Like Indian restaurants, like half the menu is automatically like vegan. The biggest mistakes that I made, or the biggest misconception, was my entire idea of the animal industry. Like I knew it was messed up, but I had no idea that it was so ridiculously messed up. Like it's not even, it's so beyond what I thought I would like, you know, see. When you see what these animals have to go through, like why the hell would I give my money, you know, I earn my money, why the hell would I give my money to these businesses to continue slaughtering, and I would like supporting their ideas.
By nature, we like animals, and everyone, like no one would support, like if you actually see the practices that are going on, not a single person would say, oh, that's cool, yeah, I just want to go and slit that cow's throat while she's still conscious or whatever. No one is no one would. It's not even human to do that, you know.
Go down the street in the middle of a city and start kicking a dog and see what people will do. People will beat the shit out of you. Like all these people will, you know, they'll defend a dog if it's getting kicked down the street, but then they'll go ahead and they'll eat like meat at home. And then this is like, it sounds a lot more warped when like you're a meat eater, but it's actually the reality.
You know, if you're gonna give your hard-earned money to something and you know live your life, you know, in the best way possible, you have to know what you're doing, especially with food, because it's something you put in your body several times a day.
When I was doing the 30-day challenge, the first 7 days I had no idea what the hell I was doing, and it was really difficult. But once you force yourself, like you push yourself to get past through the first little bump, then it becomes very like easy, because I did hate vegetables and now I love vegetables. And I did think that it was difficult in the beginning because I didn't know what the hell to cook. And now I cook things like easily.
There's so many horrible things happening in the world and we can't fix everything. And a lot of people actually use that argument as well. It's like, it's so messed up, being vegan is not gonna fix the world. And it's like, okay, of course it's not gonna fix everything.
But when you do realize how many repercussions going vegan actually has, then you realize that by making one small change, like you started making small sacrifices of not eating meat, but you end up you're helping the environment, you're helping the animals, you're helping your body. I had no idea what the hell was going on. I forced myself to watch the slaughter videos, I forced myself to watch documentaries, and my perception now is very, very different than it was a few months ago. As a person, I'm the same exact person. Like I'm not like, you know, I don't suddenly like, I'm not living in the mountains, I'm a
psychopath.
hippie. Exactly, I haven't grown an enormous beard and I'm, you know, one with nature. Like not at all. Oh yeah, go ahead. But like what I mean is like, I'm the same exact person. And the only difference is that, you know, I don't give my
You're more conscious about your decisions.
Exactly. Basically, when you start informing yourself, I mean, you come to your senses. Like
you ignore it until you can't ignore it anymore, and then you start looking at it, and then you know you have to make a decision. You have to decide whether you're gonna take actions into your hands or you're gonna live life in denial.
John was understanding as a vegan. John, by like completely understanding, he was like, you know, I may disagree with you, but you know, I completely understand where you're coming from. Blah blah blah. And having that kind of understanding and like, I guess it's a more positivity made like, you know, the transition much more like, I guess encouraging and acceptable. Like I thought that after the 30 days, I was gonna be like, okay, I tried it, I'm not going vegan. But maybe you guys should challenge yourself as well to try it for 30 days and see what happens. Because
and don't take it as a diet. Don't just, you know, okay, I'm just gonna not eat meat and animal products and that's it. Just like set yourself into it, you know, research a little bit, check the documentaries out, you know, do your homework, and then after the challenge period, reevaluate what you believe in, what you want to do, and then take action.
And if you want to see the actual 30-day challenge that I went through, that's on my channel as well.
Link in the description box to that as well.
And you can see it for yourself, because I made one hell of a change in these past months, and Jonna did at some point. So basically, and if we became vegan, anyone can go vegan.
Anyone.
And that's the truth.